Hey, Davis-Monthan, it's 17 April, Colonel Dralla here, and I've got your update for today. So starting off with masks, we started distributing those today, so that way our personnel could have them, and we started getting in some of our donations, and so the First Sergeant Council has also started making sure those are available for everybody. Guidance went out yesterday, and so big picture, we're asking if people are transiting the base, going to and from, and you don't think that 6-foot bubble is going to be maintained, please have your mask on or ready available so you can put it on if you're going into a high traffic area. There are areas that we're going to make it mandatory, so it's already been mandatory for the commissary. We're also going to make it mandatory for AFES and the shopette. And the reason why that is because the workers there will find themselves inside that 6-foot bubble. It's hard to maintain distance in those facilities, and so starting on Monday, for AFES and the shopette, mask wear is going to be required. In the fitness center, we used spacing to help us out in the aerobic room, so every other machine is available to work out now if you're working out in there, so you don't have to wear your mask in those cases. And when you're in the weight room, if you're in a very congested area and you feel like that 6-foot bubble is going to be violated, then go ahead and put your mask on in that case. We do know there's areas of the weight room where you can maintain that distance, and so that's why when you go into the fitness centers, please have your mask on, and then if you can find an area where you're going to be by yourself, you can take your mask off and work out as required. Some other updates that we have. The medical group has some antibody testing kits that are coming in the near future, and they're going to come up with a game plan on how those will be administered and how we're going to prioritize personnel for that. There's also a special leave guidance, accrual guidance that's going out. And so if you have not been able to take leave, how that is going to carry over and how long you can maintain that. Finally, short update today, but I still want to make sure that I give a shout out. So our shout out today goes to the retirees. I know that we have all been making sacrifices in this, and when we talk about commissary and prioritized use or the fitness center for our military personnel with 24/7 access, we've asked for a lot of sacrifice from our retirees. We are going to maintain those policies for a little bit longer just because of the burden that's on those airmen that are trying to accomplish the mission right now. CDCs are still closed. They're still doing shift work. Their ability to get into those facilities is challenged. But for our retiree personnel that are out there, you're still part of the team. We are all one family in this, and we're going to try and loosen those restrictions up as soon as we possibly can. My next decision update brief for those types of things is on 24 April, and that's when we'll take a look at, hey, can we loosen up some of the restrictions or change some of the prioritization that we have as we move forward. What I'd like to end up with is Chief Lida had an amazing video yesterday. I am a big enough person to even admit that. But what concerns me is, in a lot of the comments, I saw that, hey, it's game over. This is it. Chief won. It's not over. I've still got a couple weeks left of videos. In fact, these videos may continue on through the summer until I get a win out of this, and then we can end them at that point. I may be in Ellis for all we know, and then we'll still do these videos if I got to get a win out of it. But Chief Lida, nice job. But this weekend, I'm going to spend my time coming up with a strategy. I know that I got to change up my approach here a little bit, but I do not take yesterday's video as a gesture that I need to bow down. It's time to double my efforts. And so, Chief, just be ready for next week. That's all I got. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Rescue and attack.